Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to another episode of X Television. It's going to be another tutorial from my gameplay. This time playing Gullywash, which isn't the most common map, but it's built in popularity quite a bit lately. This is taken from a TF2 PUG.NA game. TF2 PUG.NA is an IRC chat-based way for finding matches. They're kind of high level, so it's not the best place to start out. But you'll see some good players in here. Mackey is going to be playing my pocket for this game, and coL.enigma is on the other team. So right now we're just moving in, getting on the point pretty good, taking this left time. I take a good roller there, but Mackey is really smart and leaves me the health pack. I'm just trying to stay back around this corner, get a little bit more heals into Mackey, but he goes down, so Jake and I are going to fall back. This is a pretty tight match across the board, and should be a pretty good learning experience as there's some cool things that happen, and Gullywash is still kind of a tricky map for some people. So there's really two ways that the opposing team can come through. On the left side, you see they're already coming through choke. I try to just jump out there and give that scout some buffs real quick, and then coming back out again. I get banged down to actually 1 health, and so since I'm solo, I'm going to start running away a little bit earlier, actually have gotten out of there a little bit quicker. Still get back, get this health pack, and then there's a scout inside our house, so I get torn up. But yeah, basically that choke intersection there, defending the second point. There's the route on the left and the route on the right. So yeah, I play a lot of medic. It's kind of one of my strongest classes, but I also am a pretty good soldier, so I'll switch that up and bring in a soldier's tutorial soon, as well as other tutorials and stuff on the different classes and the different aspects of the game. And also, of course, more of our match coverage, since that's really what we like to do the most with X Television. The intro to competitive TF2 video I put up was definitely for people who are completely new to the game. You know, just kind of setting the groundwork for people who are watching these videos or watching the match coverages and just really have no idea what's going on. So they were really basic, but you know, now that we got that out of the way, we can get towards the more advanced stuff. There's also been a lot of questions about some of the different advanced commands, how to get some of these options, the different HUDs that I'm using, and all that sort of stuff. I'm going to have another video coming out soon that's just kind of like how to configure your Team Fortress 2 and how to get everything set up correctly. So we're moving into the second point here. We have the Uber charge. Mackey gets a nice shot on Enigma, and he's tearing stuff up, so I'm just pressuring with him and trying to just keep that Uber charge as long as I can. Finally, we see the other combo, and I use it. And really right here, I'm just hoping that Mackey really kills that demo man, but unfortunately he gets away and Mackey doesn't quite finish him off. We're pressuring quite a bit, but we did not realize our team has not captured the second point yet. One person was just getting on there, but we're really far forward and kind of spawn camping. But I'm feeling pretty vulnerable, and we're in a risky situation. We're staying here for now, but you know, finally we realized we've got to get back and capture that second point since we can't do anything. So we're back here now, capping the point. You know, there wasn't really a whole much opposition back here, and again, just buffing everybody up. We don't have the overheal bug that was in the last video, so you can't really see when people are buffed as well. I don't know why the party graphics are in here, but you see, I buffed everybody else up first, and then I came back to Mackey. Since Mackey's in my pocket, I'm trying to heal everybody else first, and Mackey's a smart pocket, so he's staying close to me. Now, attacking here, I took a good amount of damage a little early, made sure that I popped my Uber before I dropped it. I tried to get the cap going here, but I realized this soldier was just going to come back and chase me off, and thankfully I'm able to get away. Being able to escape is the most important thing as a medic. You really just sometimes just gotta book it out of there, because you know, now that I survived, I'm building the Uber once again. Not right now because the scout wasn't with me, but you know, I've stayed alive. I didn't go down, and we're able to pressure back in a little bit. We don't have too many numbers forward, but I'm just trying to stay with spades, and also I got my back to the door, so in case anybody comes in, I can just book it out of there. But now that Mackey's back, we have both of the soldiers and the demo man up. We're able to pressure a little bit more. And you see Jake, you know, this staircase area is a really good area for holding. You know, the medic could back out, and as long as you're not getting flanked from above that attic area, you're pretty dang safe. And that's what the medic and positioning is about, you know, just making sure that you have an escape route, make sure that you have your team covered, make sure that the flanks are being watched, and just organizing your team. So you see there is a soldier up there now, but Mackey's going to chase him down and hopefully get a kill on him. Like I was saying, the TF2 PUG.NA channel, it's an IRC channel on Game Surge. It has a draft system for organizing games, which is really great, but you know, if people don't know you, it's hard to get drafted. So TF2lobby.com is a better place to get started. So what happened back there is we just had a back cap by Waz. This map, Gullywash, because of that last area, is pretty easy to back cap on. So you see here, Mackey's rolling out with the equalizer. I got Spades healed up all the way, now buffing Mackey. And coming out to the middle here, as the medic, you have to make the decision whether you're going to go left or right. Right is very aggressive, and usually most people go left with one of the soldiers either walking up with them or jumping up and meeting them. So I know that Enigma's in that ramp room, definitely falling back. I make a mistake there because I just really wanted that health pack since I was at very low health, but I was way too low, and there was still the spam coming out killed around the corner, which is something you definitely have to be careful of. As a medic, you got to be able to anticipate where the splash damage is going to be, anticipate the distance that the rollers are going to damage you, and just dodge damage as much as possible. Spades comes out there, didn't realize there was a sticky trap. He's totally down. I saw that scout out there, don't know where he went though, and then reconnect with Jake and finally feel a little bit more protected. I had a written tutorial that I was going to post. It's still in the works about how to play with a medic. Obviously, the medic, has a lot to do and is an important class, and you really got to keep things together. But at the same time, if the players on your team don't actually know how to play with you, then you're not really going to be effective. And what I mean by that is the players need to be able to protect you, and also the players need to be able to stay close to you so you can buff them. If a player is too far away or runs away from you when they're supposed to be a roaming soldier or a scout, if they run away from you when they don't have full buffs, then they're not playing effectively with you. So I almost have the Uber here. I'm just trying to survive. I take a huge rocket. Probably was a little too risky there, but I needed to keep my stream on there since I had 92%. My team wasn't able to hold on just long enough to hold that point, so we lost it. This is just a scrim game, so everybody's learning. We had a little bit of player rotation. Spades switched over to Scout, and Sting is now Soldier. He goes out of the choke door, which is another way to roll out the middle, and that works well, but we just continued going the main route. And this is the choke area over here where Jake's at. It's always good to try to reconnect with your demo man as soon as you get to the middle because, he's such an important player. You need to keep him alive. Just barely dodging those pipes coming over the wall. They have a lot of players on the point, and I'm lit up again. Thankfully, the pack is back up. Our demo man went down, so we're pretty low, but Sting's doing okay here. We're assessing the situation, and now we're just going to book it out of there. Just trying to stay close enough to Sting to give him heals so he can get out, but Enigma with the flank just tore me up. I was completely exposed. We only had 2 players up. I probably should have just booked it out of there and left Sting there earlier. But I felt like I needed to give him the heal so he could help cover my retreat. I switch over to Kritzkrieg here. The Uber charge is in 6v6 games. The Uber charge, even in pub games with large populations, the Uber charge is usually the more successful healing gun that you want to stick with, because once you get your charge, you can use it and become invulnerable and protect yourself. When you have the Kritzkrieg, if you're going up against another Uber charge and you use the Kritzkrieg, they're just going to Uber and everybody's safe and you can't do any damage. And also you don't protect yourself, you're totally vulnerable. So the Kritzkrieg is very powerful, but you have to use it as soon as you get it. So you can see I'm already trying to push my soldiers forward here because we have 90% and it's really close. And we're communicating that as soon as we round this corner we want to use it. So I hit it right here. Let's see what Mackey gets. He sees the people on the stairs, gets 1 kill already, and then they captured on us. So it was a good push, and he has separated the medic from everybody else. So it might have been more effective if we hadn't got back cap, but we lost it. And you'll see I still left the Steam notifications up. I tried to turn those off. At least I killed Skype. I should have recorded this using the source recorder anyways, but I used Fraps. Anyways, this time Mackey's sticking to the right. I decided to follow him up here, especially since we have the Kritzkrieg. At the same time, that was way too aggressive. I took a pipe early on, I took a lot of damage, and I went down quick. Enigma just jumped on me since he saw me pretty exposed there. So following me dying early, Jake goes down as well, and we're in a pretty tight situation. But the soldiers and everybody else are still out there trying to get some work done for us. So yeah, this is going to be a longer video. I wanted to show this whole match because it is an exciting match. I know 36 minutes of medic tutorial might be a lot to watch, but it should be pretty interesting throughout. And at least you'll be able to see me comment on the gameplay of everybody else as well. Medic is really a crucial position, and I think it's one of the easiest positions to transition from pub server casual gameplay into the competitive format of 6v6. Also, of course, there is Highlander play, which is kind of just a mix of the two. It's not the most popular just because it's harder to organize to get 18 players together. That's harder than getting 12 players together. And obviously in the casual servers, your player count doesn't really matter so much as it varies up and down throughout the night. TF2lobby.com is also a great place to play a Highlander. And again, we're pushing out with this Kritzkrieg. And unfortunately, we had to. I wanted to use it quick, to use it early, and we didn't know where their team was. At the same time, we still got 2 kills out of it, and we're pushing onto the point pretty easy. I'm pretty sure I saw the guys up there in the attic, or maybe not. Maybe that was something else. But we're getting ready to defend here. I guess we got a little visual bug where it's still showing that I have it active. But anyways, TF2lobby.com is a great place to start playing as medic because games always need medics. You know, there'll be games sitting there with 10 out of 12 people, and they just need 2 medics to get started. So even if you're a total beginner medic, if you're willing to play medic and you're willing to listen and you're willing to communicate with your team, people are willing to play with you, and usually will give you good feedback. Having a microphone is very crucial, not just for the medic, but also for all the other players in the 6v6 game. As the scouts need to be able to tell people what they're seeing, where everybody else is going, and what's happening on the flanks. Also, just simple coordination of attacks together. Enigma coming in on me now. I'm doing a decent job of dodging. Get down to 30 health. I popped the Kritzkrieg just out of reflex, although I should have saved it because, they either were going to kill Enigma or they weren't going to kill Enigma. And, either way, I guess it all worked out in the end because they Ubered. The Kritzkrieg wouldn't have been of much help, and we got taken out. So we had a good amount of pressure on the second point, but they're going to have a good chance of taking the third point. Waz is going for a back cap. We'll see what happens. I try to get off the Kritzkrieg. I always forget about switching it while I'm dead, and sometimes the quick switch, there was no resupply cabinet in there. So Waz was getting that back cap going on, actually pulled the team back to guard it, and I'm staying on the point here just a little bit, just to block the capture as much as I can. And I did buy some time for my team, and we're going to try to hold this point with one of the soldiers coming over the top, and their soldier getting aggressive on us. And I knew that Enigma was coming up this way, pre-fired a lot of needles, and then just trying to help out Jake and protect our demo man. Enigma takes him out though, and just trying to keep spades up there. But I guess there was a couple more stickies on the ground than I had seen, and I get taken out. But thankfully my scouts were doing pretty good with that extra help I gave them. And well, they were trying to put some pressure on that cap, but probably falling back.